some of you have seen when you have seen in the case of people who mentioned about their high blood pressure having become normal, people who had certain pains going away. So all of this is largely because once vitality is restored, body is out how to correct everything. Now, in deep-rooted other things, the palliative thing is not going to work. Vitality enhancement is not going to work. So with this understanding, we have to make sure when we do this practice, we do it in a very gentle way. Spine has to be straight, and whatever we do, watch your breath and make sure the breath is slow. If the breath is not agitated, automatically the mind-body connection will begin to work in itself. And to slowly bring your body into and mind into balance. And then, of course, everything we do in palliative yoga is body-mind range. But then, of course, one thing which we add is our chakra vibration, which also takes care of the spirit range to some extent. Okay. So, and finally, it is your responsibility to make sure that you are not doing anything that hurts you. So they make sure you do it gently. If there is pain in anything, make sure you don't do it. And with that understanding, the liability is all yours. Let's begin the program today. Okay, we have more and more people joining in. So the system that...
Narenji, I will take care of that. I am back from my meeting. I'll take care. You can start.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's begin with 3 ohms. Let's take a deep breath in. Now let's begin with our chakra vibrations. Bring our awareness to the perineum. Are there any new people? If there are any new people, this is your chance to speak up. Unmute yourself.
This is Rajiv and Kavita.
Is this your first day?
No, this is the 3rd day, sir.
Wonderful. So you know what we are doing over here. Yep. And if there is nobody else who is new, I won't give too much details, but if anybody is confused, please feel free to stop me. Okay. So we are going to focus at the perineum, and we are going to do Lam as the mantra in the perineum as we press against the little finger. Take a deep breath in. Lam. 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 Release the mudra and continue. Lam. Now we go on to the next chakra, 1 inch above the perineum. We focus there behind where we urinate, and we do the mantra Vam. And here we press the ring finger with the thumb. Let's go. Take a deep breath in. Vam. 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 Release the mudra and continue. Vam. Vam. Last time. Vam. Bring your awareness behind the navel. And here we do the sound ram as we gently squeeze into the navel. And we use the mudra, the middle finger touching the thumb. Take the deep breath in. Ram. 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 Release the mudra and continue. Ram. 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 Bring the awareness in between the breasts and the middle of the body. And there we do the sound yum. And here we bring the index finger touching the thumb. Take a deep breath in. Yum. 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 Release the hand. Yum. Yum. Bring the awareness to the throat. Here we will do the sound hum. Thumbs up, loose fist. Hum. 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 Release the mudra. Hum. Hum. One last time. Hum. Bring the awareness to the middle of the head, and here we do the sound shum, and then keep the same thumbs up. Shum. 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 Bring the awareness to the top of the head, thumbs up, we will do Om. Om. Release the mudra and continue. Last time. So, Jayashree, Ujjayi Pranayam, begin.
Yeah. The happy face breathing or the Ujjayi Pranayama. Please continue. And for those who are new, close your eyes and observe your throat. It should feel quite normal. Now, make a big smile. When you make this smile, you feel a stretch in the throat.
The
Now,
throat is higher than the place where you're putting your hand. The throat is up here.
okay, yeah, okay.
Okay?
Right.
Yes.
So you will feel a stretch in the throat. Now observe the throat and and do inhale and exhale. You feel the air flowing in and you feel a rubbing in the throat. You feel like a restricted breathing. Now I will tell you how to inhale and exhale slowly. So when I bring up my hand, it's inhale. When I bring it down, it will be exhale. So let us start. Continue.
Can you
Aruna,
point out where the throat is?
Aruna Kathuria, bring the neck down a little bit. Yes, you'll feel better. Yes. If you now do the happy face with a big smile, you'll feel a bigger impact.
Sir, can you point out where the throat is?
The throat is right here. So just where the head is meeting the neck, not down, it is up here. Mr. Bal Gopal and Mr. Shivaji Dasgupta, your sensations are not good enough. Try to figure out, have a better focus and try to make a little bit more effort. You're not getting the effect of it. Okay, Shivaji Dasgupta, when you do this, you're getting the effect, but I don't want you to make so much effort. The same effect you have to get without putting so much effort. Be a little more relaxed, but the effect is coming. It is very good. Thank you, Shivaji Dasgupta. Yes, Bal Gopal, your effort is good. Carry on. Those of you who have your video off, if you keep it on, then I can see whether you're doing right and I can give you guidance. Okay? But if you keep it off, I cannot.
Now we can go in for the silent mantra, the Haim, Im, So from the middle of the chest, that is the sternum area, you will feel a vibration which goes upward and comes out through from above the head. So how we do it is Haim, Im, just goes up. Now this is a silent mantra, and so do not say it aloud, and it has got no correlation with the breath. So let us start doing Haim, Im, Haim, Im, Haim, Im, Haim, Im, Continue. Just it is only a mental vibration. Just visualize it.
I in
Don't
not
say
say
it
it
loudly,
aloud.
mentally.
I in I in I in I in I in
I see many of you are using your hand to motion up. That is an unnecessary distraction. To the extent possible, Just keep your awareness within and feel the flow going. It is not a question of 3 points. It has got nothing to do with 3 points. It is Haim Im like a flow going to the through the top of the head. And it is, you don't say it verbally, just feel the vibration go up.
Next, we go to the second silent mantra, which is Haim. Again, please do not say it loudly or don't use your hands or anything. It is only a vibration. So now focus on the lungs, the whole chest, the sides, and the back. That is where mentally you will be focusing. And mentally chant Haim. So you feel the lungs vibrate, Haim, 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 Haim. Do not say loudly, only get the feeling. And this has again got no correlation with the breath.
Anybody who is feeling any tightness in the breath or feeling there is a cold or a congestion, you continue with the Haim Im instead of the Haim.
This mantra also increases the blood. It's good for the blood circulation. So some of you may feel a sensation in the palms of hands and legs.
Hello, Moto.
Now we are ready for the spinal alignment exercise. So let's begin. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring your ear towards one shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, go towards the other shoulder. Come up. Inhale and exhale and continue. Okay, inhale, come back. And now as you exhale, rotate the head as if you're looking over one shoulder. And then inhale, come back. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. And inhale, come back. And continue.
Dr. Rajan, may I ask a question, please?
Go ahead.
So while doing all these exercises, if you're wearing a back brace, or should I rather not?
Hold it. Next exercise, inhale, take the head back. And exhale, bring the chin towards the chest. And continue, inhale back. And exhale, chin towards the chest. Okay. So Radha, to answer your question, if you're wearing a back brace because you have a particular need, you should keep that over there. Because if we move the thing, if you take it out, yeah, then in which case, whatever reason for which the protection has been given will be lost. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Now we can, as you exhale, bring your chin down to the chest. Inhale and exhale, go in a 360-degree circle. Inhale half the circle and exhale the other half. Let's go in the opposite direction. Okay, now we go on to our shoulder exercises. Alternate shoulder, inhale, lift up one shoulder, rotate it back and bring it down. Then the other shoulder, inhale, rotate it back and bring it down, and continue. Okay. Now let's go on to the next exercise. Lift up the hands. Inhale, lift up the palm, making it perpendicular to the forearm and stretch out the fingers. Exhale, thumb in and make a downward facing fist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Continue. Okay. Now make the fist and then inhale and exhale, rotate around. Inhale half a circle, exhale the other half. Now all opposite direction. Excellent. Now bring the elbows in line with the chest and then open out the palms and we go inhale and exhale, rotating around the wrist. The secondary movement of the fingers, the elbows, maybe a little bit of the shoulders. Let's go backward. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Now interlock the fingers and bring it behind your head. If you have any finger related issue, you will find it is better to keep keep this finger back like this. You're taking it back like this. If you don't have any finger related issues, keep it this way. So whatever is convenient, and the elbows are in perfect line with each other, head up. Don't let the head come forward. Exhale, twist one side, inhale, come back. Exhale the other way, inhale, come back. Excellent. We'll add one more exercise today. We do it sometimes. If you're sitting on your chair, take your feet wide apart and keep your palms firmly on the floor, on the chair in front of you. If you're sitting on the floor, lean forward and put the pressure on the palms. And then we do the happy face breathing. Now come up. And now we will do both our shoulders together. Inhale, lift up both the shoulders. Exhale, rotate it back and bring it down. Ankuresh Ghosh, you're doing the opposite direction. Inhale, lift and rotate backward. Yes, thank you. Inhale and exhale. Continue. Okay. Now we will do the twisting on either side. If you would like to cross your hand over one knee, take the other hand behind and turn. That is one way to do it. Inhale, come back and cross the other way and go. The other way to do it is keep the hand stretched out. As you exhale, bring it to the opposite shoulder and take the other hand behind. Inhale, come back and exhale, go the other way. Okay, do whichever way you find comfortable. Okay, now let's go on to the next practice. We cross one leg over the other and get hold of the knee on the top with your interlocked hands. And as you exhale, not only lift up the knee, but cross it over so that the butt lifts up, and then turn your head to the same side as the knee you're holding. Inhale, release, and exhale, pull and turn. Inhale, release, exhale, pull and turn, and continue. Cross the leg the other way and interlock the hands and hold, and exhale, pull and turn. Okay, now let's stand up. Today we won't do the cycling exercise. Instead, we will stand up and then If you like some support, hold the chair. You can hold the top or keep your hands. Keep the chin up and keep the back straight, bending only at the hip. And keep the feet shoulder width apart and try to come down with the chin up and the back straight without bending the back as much as you can. For those of you who don't need the support, what you can do is you can bring your hands behind your back, and as you exhale, lift up the head, and as you exhale, bring the chin down. Keep the feet shoulder width apart, inside of the feet parallel to each other, and bend forward. Inhale and exhale normally as you have stayed in the bent position. Inhale and slowly come up. Take your seat, and now we are ready for the Bhastrika Pranayam, the full deep breathing. For those of you who are new, you know we can do with the hand kept at the belly. As you inhale, feel the belly come out, and continue to inhale, feel the chest expand and the shoulder pull back, and exhale, let everything contract. So if I do it in this mode, I will show you one example how it goes.
Dr. Narayan, some people cannot see you, so maybe you may adjust your camera.
They can, actually, it's not a question of camera. It is the question of their video, their segment. So inhale, it opens up. Exhale, everything contracts. Now, for those of you who are experienced enough and you can feel the motion of the belly and chest, you can do it with loose fist. Keep your elbows by the side of the chest, loose fist. As you inhale, the abdominal area comes out, and as the chest continues to breathe, lift up the elbows, and as the upper lung breathes, stretch the shoulder back and open out the palms, and exhale, close the fingers, and gently complete the exhalation. Inhale and exhale. Second time, 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. 8. Exhale. 9. Exhale. 10. Exhale. 11. Exhale. 12. Exhale. 13. Exhale. 14. Exhale. 15. Exhale. 60. Exhale. 70. Exhale. 80. Exhale. 90. Exhale. And 20. Exhale. Eyes closed, relax, observe the sensations within. As we go further with our practices in the next few days, I would like to see if we have any volunteers who would like to take a segment of practice from the Toronto area and from the North Carolina area. If there is anybody who is interested, let me know. I want a geographic distribution of people who have learned the practices, and therefore there is a locational, impact there. So North Carolina and Toronto are the two impact. Ontario is the what I have in mind.
Second.
Anybody still feeling sensation in the head, raise your hand. Keep the hand raised if you still have sensations. Yes, carry on. That's okay. I can sense that. That's okay. Now you can bring it down. Keep your eyes closed and observe it.
Sancha Ghosh and Sadanand Kurahatti, your hand movements are probably not required. First, you need to master the lungs filling with air. Same with Sandhya Ram. You need to fill the air first and then move the hand.
Mentally, tell yourself, I give up all ideas and concepts and I care about nothing. With your eyes closed, roll up the eyes upward as if it's looking above the head. And if you have a personal mantra, do it. Otherwise, just watch your breath and listen to Om in the background. Mentally tell yourself, let me be guided to fulfill the purpose for which I am born. Then slowly bring your hands up 6 inches in front of your eyes and look straight into the palm of your hands when you open your eyes. So it's 6:30 and there were some new people who had not introduced themselves before. So if you'd like to introduce yourself, this is a good time. If anybody has questions, that is also a good time. And then after about 5 or 10 minutes of that, we can go on to the Yoga Sutras.
May I request one small thing, Dr. Narayanan?
Yes, go ahead.
We are requesting testimonials on sleep, blood pressure, and everything else. During last 10, 12 weeks, lots of us have experienced good things. So your testimonial will be part of the newsletter so that others can be motivated to take these practices into their lives or their family lives or extended families. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
Dr. Narayan,
Yes, go ahead.
this is Linda, who has been trying to introduce herself for some weeks.
Yes, previously the microphone wasn't working. Carry on.
Yeah, so my niece and my nephew gave me a new computer, laptop.
Wonderful.
And I want to let you know that I had come to your house. I'm a friend of Anjana Parekh.
I remember.
And met your mother, who gave us mithai at the end.
Wonderful, I remember.
So I really appreciate this, the discipline of 5:30. I'm sorry I had to miss here and there, but I feel so good. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate it.
Thank you. Wonderful to have you as part of our yoga family.
Dr. Narayan,
Yes.
my name is Ponnappan. Along with me is my wife, Saroja.
Yes.
It's the third day. We just joined your lessons. I think so far we are having good feelings. So we will.
Where are you from?
We are in Florida, Orlando.
Where in Florida?
Orlando.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Dr. Rajan, this is Dollar. I just had a question. You had some recommendations for people who have just been diagnosed with diabetes.
Yes.
Did you have some recommendations for them?
Where are you located?
I'm located in DC.
Okay. I think what we should do is we should meet in person because you see, diabetes is not one condition.
Right.
And so what happens is unless we can assess what is the nature of your condition, we don't know what is the right exercise for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I will text you. I will email you.
That's right. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
So anybody else wants to say anything?
Narayananji, this is Rajiv and Kavita. We came and met you when we were at least 4 or 5 years ago with Anulanka.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So she gave this link, and we are glad we could do this. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much. We're enjoying it.
So you're from Ashburn, right?
That is
Yes,
correct.
sir. Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful.
This is Brahm Agarwal.
Go ahead, Brahmji.
Orlando says, who is that person?
Rangaswamy Ponnappan.
Ah, okay. So we are from Orlando as well, so we may be.
So you can connect. So Ponnappan, do you know Brahm Agarwal? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, we have met Prem Agarwal. So we are here for last 3 years, 4 years.
Okay. No, Brahmaratan Agarwal is a very elderly person, very senior man. He is about 85 years old.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Glad to see him in the video.
Sir,
Where do you live?
Yeah, we
Orlando
are
do you
in
live?
Orlando, Champions Gate. Orlando Champions.
Champions. Oh.
Devonport, if you are familiar with that area.
We have an apartment. We have an apartment complex, Champions View.
Champions View. Okay.
That's our apartment complex.
Okay. So it may be in Kissimmee area?
Yes, same Devonport.
Oh, Devonport. Okay.
Champions Gate.
View. Okay. All right. Take care, sir. Nice meeting you.
Sure.
So Brahmaji, I have not responded to your phone call yesterday. I will do that tonight.
That's okay. That's whenever.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Anybody
Dr.
else?
Rajan. Dr. Rajan.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
I can hear you. Kamla Nagpal.
Yes, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and my friend told me about you, and this is the first time I've been here, and I really, really, really enjoyed it, and I'm going to come every day, I hope.
Thank you. Wonderful, Kamlaji. And Govardhanji, were you going to say something?
No, I said I'm 89 years old.
Sorry, Govardhanji, you were going to say something? You need to mute and unmute yourself again. The voice is not coming through. Excellent. Yeah, now speak up. Oh. I think, is anybody else hearing him?
No.
Nobody is hearing, right? Okay. So for some reason, your voice is not coming through. Okay.
So dumb with this thing.
Yeah, that's
Now
So
I'm,
Kamlaji, you want to say something?
I just said that I really enjoyed it, and I'm I think I can do, but this would be really great.
Very nice. Hope to see you tomorrow and all through the session. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
So shall we go on to the Yoga Sutras?
Dr. Rajan, I have one question, Dr. Rajan.
Yes.
When I'm doing the neck exercise, right, keeping the hands behind and trying to do it, when I'm not able to turn fully as well as as much as I'm turning on my left, it kind of hurts my shoulder. So is there something, I don't know, whether I'm doing it wrong or correct or something?
Your right shoulder is the one hurting?
Yeah.
Okay. In this particular case, what I will suggest is don't push yourself to do anything. If there is something restorative that will be needed. When you do the Ujjayi Pranayam, bring your thumb against the ring finger and middle finger and do the breathing. That will help to ease it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So let's go on to the Yoga Sutras. Time for that. So we are in the second chapter of the Yoga Sutras. We have almost come to the end of the second chapter. So just so that if there is a context for where we are going to examine today the detailed discussion of the niyamas that Patanjali is going to discuss. But then I'm going to go back a little bit. The first chapter was all about the overview of the Yoga Sutras. Patanjali Muni clearly has written the Yoga Sutras for the seeker to let them know how to achieve the state whereby they can realize the true nature of themselves, what goes beyond the physical body. And so in the first chapter, he gives an overview. The answer is to be a pure observer and practicing that regularly. And then he goes on to say that everybody may not be able to do that easily. So he goes on to say, you must first look in terms of moderation and attitude consciously. And then from there, you will find as you go along, you can be one-pointed focus. And that eventually leads you to be in the state of being a pure observer. And that takes you into the zone of samadhi, and whereby you can experience the true nature of existence. When you're in samadhi, you're connected into the cosmic intelligence. Whatever questions you ask, you can have the answers back. Now, we had a very extraordinary experience in our West Coast class. We have somebody who joins us from Gurugram in outside Delhi in India. And we discovered yesterday or day before that this is a lady who has complete awareness of everything, but she didn't know about it. And so that is the kind of place where a person is in the state of nirbija samadhi all the time. And whatever questions they have in their mind, they get their answers, right? So that is so now in the second chapter, the discussion went into what exactly is the nature of the underlying programs that makes you, whose activation results in everything you see around, and how you act and interact. And so here Patanjali Muni enunciates for us that there is first a concept of the first creation. So in the first creation, the programs that come with you are the concept of inbuilt within you is a concept of like, dislike. Inbuilt within you is the sense of me, the experiencer, and me, the observer. And inbuilt within you is the lack of knowledge of what existence is all about. And therefore, when you're in that state, with your likes and dislikes and the sense of you as the person who experiences as well as does, you go into a reactive mode. And when you go into the reactive mode, as you react, you collect more programs. It's like artificial intelligence learning, AI learning. Each reaction creates a new program. So the first created program is called klesha, and the reactive programs are called karma. And this is what brings you into the cycle of life and death. And so he goes on to say that once you begin to understand this, with that discrimination, you decide it's not worth reacting. By being a pure observer, you reach the state where you become unaffected by all of these, and that is the way to attain the state of realization of who you are. Now, he also says that there are 7 boundaries to be crossed to reach that state where you realize who you are and you become exposed to the intuitive intelligence, intuitive awareness, the cosmic intelligence. And the 7 zones to cross are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, and Dharana. And when you cross that, you attain Samadhi, where everything comes to you. Then he goes on to discuss each one of these Ashtangas, or 8 parts of yoga that he has defined over here. Yesterday, we discussed in detail the aspects of the Yama, and today the detailed aspects of Niyama are to be discussed. The nut of, in a nutshell, Yama is all about being true to your conscience, and in a nutshell, the Niyamas are all about having regularity in routine. And essentially, we are all products of biorhythm. Being consistent with your biorhythm in a daily normal way is what enables you to be a pure observer and realize who you are. And any practices done with regularity will let you attain, will give you the ability to have the higher awareness over a period of time. So today, he is discussing each element of the yamas. He had defined yama as shaucha, santosha, tapas, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhani, ishvara pranidhanani, niyamaha. This is something he defined earlier. So he's going to define each one of these, what they are. So in Sutra number 40, he talks about Shaucha. Shaucha is really about purity, or you can call it as cleanliness. And what he is talking about is Swanga. Swa-anga means your own body part. Swa-anga, Swanga. Jugupsa parai asansargaha. Asansargaha means to disassociate. And Jugupsa parai means the concept of something that is different. And Jugupsa is the concept of not having contact. Actually, Asansarga is contact. Jugupsa is kind of a little aversion to it. Okay. So what is happening is, if you have noticed, very traditional priests in India, when they are going to do anything, they will want to have a bath. They will wear certain kind of silk clothing and things like that. And they don't want to touch anyone. The concept of purity, vibration. Similarly, the concept of, how people wash their feet and things. It means what it is the vibrations that is contained within you. You don't want it affected by anything from outside. And so this is the way in which you are less influenced by external forces that can be a barrier or negatively impact your own regularity. So by keeping your own regular clean practices, so it is in this context he has explained. Again, let's remember, Patanjali Muni is talking about relative to that period of time. And so from our perspective in this day and age, we have to say that keeping a regularity where you are keeping a regular regimen of how you clean yourself and how you feel about it, that is what is being spoken over here. And you can all relate to, if you have a shower and come out, how fresh you feel. And immediately in that state, you will find that you're more integrated within yourself, your energies are flowing better. And this is how we mean being in sync with your biorhythm and energy flow. Next, Sutra number 41. Sattva Shuddhi Saumanasya Ekagra Indriya Jayaha Atma Darshana Yogitvani Cha. This sutra makes it very, very clear. he's talking about vibrational purity or spiritual purity. And how does he make it very, very clear? He's saying by observing the shaucha or the cleanliness or the spiritual purity, you become eligible to be able to experience your soul. And what does that mean? How is it stated here? Atma darshana yogyatvanica. In other words, you become yogya means being eligible. So you become eligible for Atma darshana means to be able to experience your soul and or your true inner being. So he's pointing over here, Sattva Shuddhi Saumanasya. Sattva means anything that is balanced, smooth. Shuddhi, purity, balanced purity. Saumanasya is with a positive frame of mind. Ekagra means 1 point focus. Indriya Jaya, you become, you overcome the demands of the external senses. So you overcome, you have victory over the external senses, and all of this is possible because of maintaining spiritual purity or purity within yourself. Okay. And then the next sutra, number 42, Santoshat Anuttama Sukhalabha. Santosha means contentment, and with that, Anuttama, that means what comes from there is the highest level, nothing supreme. Sukha is happiness, labha is to gain. So with contentment, you're able to attain supreme happiness. Sutra number 43, Kaya Indriya Siddhi Ashuddhi Chayat Tapasaha. Okay, so this is now a place where what exactly is tapas? Patanjali Muni is clarifying for us. The ability to overcome limitations of the body is what is tapas. In other words, burning of all the unwanted things within you. Kaya means the body, Indriya means the sensory abilities of the body. Siddhi is the attainment of that. Ashuddhi Chayat. So to be able to have the ability to control anything that relates to the body and the experiences within, as a result of all the impurities going away. Ashuddhi Chayat means impurities going away. That is tapas. And I had told you right in the first sutra of chapter 2, when we said tapas, it's not really anything to do with austerities as it is often called. It is called about purification of the unwanted stuff within you, programs within you. That is what is tapas. And he has defined it here. Then the next element of niyama that he mentions is swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means you can think of it as self-learning or contemplative learning for yourself, your own inner analysis, thinking, and exploration. So swadhyaya ishta devata samprayogaha. So this is very interesting. Ishta devata means your chosen spirit, or devata, diva means light. Devata means beings of light. So unlike God, all the devatas that you think of, all the spirits, they are like angelic beings. All of them have vibrations. So by contemplation, you're able to manifest or experience whichever is your own devata that you feel affinity towards. Some prayogaha means to be able to experience or work with. And prayoga means to use. Some prayoga is in a complete way. So now, just to kind of explain it in a deeper way, if you have enough purity within yourself, if you bring your hands together if you can just bring your hands around each other, keep it like 6 inches apart, move one hand up and down, and then slowly bring it to a stop, and then move the other hand up and down. Do you feel the vibration of one hand against the other, even though it's 6 inches apart? Any of you feel it? Just raise your hands. Okay, there you are, Nareshji, Virendraji, all of you, many of you are able to feel it. Now, what I'm going to have you do is open out the palms and mentally observe the vibrations you feel in the palms. Gently lift the arm like an inch above and feel whether there is any weight in the palm or not. Now, mentally, think of whichever is your chosen devata, chosen deity, vibration, and ask that deity to come to palms. And then try lifting and see whether you feel the palm having become heavier, or do you feel any different vibration in the hand? Anybody feel that? Yes, I see people raising their hands. Yes. So what happens is, all of you as yogis, you have all purified yourself. And so many of you in a higher state of purity, you're able to feel it. This is the concept of, with the niyama, the regular practice, and seeking the swadhyaya contemplation, you're able to feel the perception of it. This is the initial stage. And when you can invoke it through the Ishta Devata, you can do many things. You can seek to advance your yogic practice and all of that. Samadhi Siddhi Ishvara Pranidhanat. So in the fifth of the niyamas, he's pointing out the ultimate Samadhi Siddhi. Siddhi is the attainment of Samadhi. It comes from Ishvara Pranidhanat, by surrender to God. Look over here. He is very, very clear that you can reach the state of Samadhi with Yama and Niyama alone. So the daily practice that we are doing, if we keep this daily practice going, this alone will take you all the way up to a realization of Samadhi. And so this concept, this is the reason many yogis who have worked with the Yoga Sutras will tell you Yama and Niyama are the most important aspects of yoga. And if you have that, everything else will fall into place. Now let's go on to the next sutras. Okay. Now he is going to go into explaining the third of the eightfold yoga. He's talking about the nature of asana. Sthiram sukham asanam. Asanam means to be in a state where you're absolutely in perfect balance, in the sense well established. You don't sit in a way where there is not enough balance and there is something making you move this way or that way. So that is the idea of being well established in an easy way. So in other words, if you sit in a way and you try to sit cross-legged in the Padmasana position and your leg is paining, that is not asana. You have to be relaxed. You have to feel very comfortable. Prayatna shaitilya ananta samapatibhyam. Prayatna is effort. Shaitilya is very light. Ananta means infinite. Samapati bhyam. Samapati is engrossment. Bhyam, into it. So with it, along with it. So in other words, the effort you put in has to be very light. And you have to have the ability to engross yourself infinitely in that particular state. Tato dvandva anabhigata. In that state, from that, dvandva means the opposites. Anabhigataha. Opposites should not affect you. Abhigataha means to hurt you. Anabhigataha is not being hurt by that. In other words, you're not affected by feeling, oh, this is paining, uncomfortable, oh, it's too hot, I'm sweating. You don't feel any opposites. You have in a complete, complete state of feeling comfortable. Okay, let's go to the next sutra. Okay. Tasmin sati, having attained that or having overcome that, having overcome the state of the being in good balance in the asana. Shwasa prashvasayoho gati vichedaha pranayama. So pranayama means, what is pranayama is being defined here. It is shwasa is inhalation, prashvasa is exhalation, gati is speed, vicheda means separated out. That is what is pranayama. Then he is talking about sutra number 50. Bahya abhyantara stambhavritihi deshakala sankhyabihi paridrishto dirgha sukshmaha. Dirgha means long, sukshma means subtle. So bahya means external, abhyantar means internal, stambha means not moving, vritti is activation. So in the first 4 words, he's basically telling you activation of the breath, that is flowing outward or inward or not moving. These 3 types of activations done in a long and subtle way. Paridrishto means observing, and it is in accordance to Desha Kala Sankhyabihi. Desha means the place where you are, Kala, the time that you are in, and Sankhya means count. So in other words, what happens is, the key part is pranayama. What will pranayama do to you? Only based on that, you need to decide how much you need to do in each point in time. When you are in a state when the mind is agitated, you may have to do longer pranayama. But let's proceed further and then we can come back to this. We have 1 more minute to go. Bahya abhyantara vishaya akshepi chaturtaha. When you are in the state of neither outside nor inside, that step, going beyond that state of outside and inside, is the 4th state. And that 4th state in yoga is called Kevala Kumbhaka. And this is the state where the breathing ceases and you're into deep meditation. Tatat shiyate prakasha avaranam. Therefrom, shiyate is the dissipation or decaying of prakasha avaranam, the inner light which is covered. Avaranam is the covering, prakasha is the inner light. The covering of the inner light is considered the impurity that begins to fade away. Okay, and then dharana sucha yogyata manasaha. The mind becomes ready in order for one-pointed focus. Dharana is one-pointed focus. So now you can understand in sutra number 50 when he is saying that it should be according to the place, time, and count. The place, time, and count are all relative to the attainment of what he is talking about over here. That is the ability to purify yourself and to go into a state where you can have one-pointed awareness of the mind. That is where the pranayama comes in. So with that, we will close over here, and we have actually finished the 2nd chapter. So we will kind of revise this end of the 2nd chapter again and go on to the 3rd chapter tomorrow. With that, we will end over here. If you have any questions, keep it for tomorrow. We'll answer your questions before we get on with the discussion tomorrow.
Narayan, we have Pratyahara also in 2nd chapter. 2 more slokas.
Oh, okay. We'll deal with Pratyahara tomorrow.
Yeah.
So they'll be there. Okay. So namaste everyone, and we'll end with a long Om. Take a deep breath in. Om.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Namaste.